flying buttresses? I can't believe I missed them.
They were on the back part of the house, near the garden. I mean, they're not exactly what you'd see in a cathedral, but they're fashioned the same way.
Personally, I'm in love with that sunken tub.
Me too. And did you see the tile on the guest bath?
I'm sold. What time's that real estate agent supposed to arrive?
He's late.
Yeah, I know, but I do have some work at the hospital, darling.
I know, but I promise this won't take long. Oh, that must be Mr. Jacoby right now.
Good.
Miss Quartermain?
Yes.
Oh, good. Hi, I'm Mr. Andrews, Mr. Jacoby's assistant. Unfortunately, he's home ill with the flu, and he asked me to cover his appointment.
Oh, well, yes, come in.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm late, but I had a disturbing call that I had to follow up on.
Mr. Andrews, how are you?
Nice to meet
That's
you.
all right, just as long as we can see the house.
Well, I'm afraid that's what the call was about. It seems the house was sold in a quick and private deal last night.
No, you can't be serious.
Well, I am. I finally got in touch with the owners, and they confirmed. Apparently, someone met their asking price to the dollar.
Oh, what a shame. And you'd so like the house.
Well, I hope you're hungry.
I thought I smelled bacon cooking.
No, actually, it's sausage. And eggs and orange juice and vitamins.
Vitamins? Are you trying to keep me alive forever?
Yeah, that'd be okay with me.
Well, what are you having?
Well, I thought I'd start off with the front page and finish with you.
I hope you're a fast reader.
Just how to keep you occupied.
Business and finance. Now, how did you know?
I've noticed a pattern, Scotty. Business and finance first, then the sports page, and if you have time, the front page and the weather.
Nope, wrong. I always read the horoscope first, which is on the back page. What the hell?
You get that all down?
I'm sorry, what?
I said no hash browns, tomatoes instead, unless you don't take substitutes.
No, tomatoes instead of hash browns. There's no problem.
What about the coffee?
It's fresh.
You said you'd bring it 5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll get it right away.
Say, mister, this isn't what I ordered.
But she's on it?
I wanted a Danish.
I'm sorry. I'll get it right away for you.
Mama, how'd you know that's what I wanted for breakfast?
Psychic, I guess. You want some coffee?
You know I only drink teas.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Rose, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Where's Lou?
All right, something is wrong. I don't know where she is. And I'm going crazy. I'm wrong orders, wrong change. I'm going nuts.
Afraid she ran away?
I got up this morning and she was gone, and I thought maybe she had run some errands or something, but it's been a while now.
You're worried about it.
Shouldn't I be?
You tell me.
Okay, yes, I am worried, and I'll tell you why. Because she ran out of here without saying a word.
Scorpio.
It's Connie, darling. What are you doing?
What the mayor and the city council promised me I would never have to do. Paperwork. I tell you, some of this rigmarole's been lying around since the Ice Age.
I don't suppose I could distract you for a few minutes, could I?
What'd you have in mind?
It's urgent, Robert. I've got to come over and use the computer to tie into headquarters.
Something's up?
Something big.
Connie?
Since Brock pulled the real fast one, here, take a look at that.
Special news report on people and their jobs and offices.
No, below that.
Dow Jones hits an all-new...
At the bottom of the page, Heather.
Brock buys the Greenwood building?
Yeah. Of all the low-down, double-dealing deals.
Surprised we didn't think of it first.
Come on, this is really serious, all right, Heather?
Look, don't come down on me, Scotty. I told you this guy couldn't be trusted.
Yeah, but we're partners.
Well, that was your first mistake. You should have made him a complete subordinate.
Brock?
Why not?
Because he would have walked. I needed his participation in this, and I still need his participation.
Yeah, well, it's still your land.
It's his money.
Well, I don't see how one building can make that much of a difference.
It's not just the building, all right? Look at this. Let me show you something. You see the financial company that's named here?
Yeah, what about it?
He owns that company. He figured that the newspaper people would never find out that he was connected to it, and that I would never find out.
Oh, I still don't see what the big problem is.
The problem is that we both agreed this building was a white elephant and we had somebody else to take it over. All of a sudden, he turns around and he buys the thing.
But why?
I don't know why, but I intend to find out.
Well, all I can tell you is a private corporation bought the house.
What does a private corporation want with a residential property?
More importantly, why would they pay full price?
Well, believe it or not, it's not an uncommon practice in real estate. A company buys a house for one of its executives to use while with the company. And as far as paying full price, quite frankly, it's a tax write-off.
It still seems strange to me that it happened so suddenly.
In the first house we agreed on.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Why don't we all go into the living room and have a cup of coffee? You know, out of every disappointment is born a new opportunity. I'm sure if we all put our heads together, we can come up with something.
Mr. Andrews, join us.
I'm yours for the morning.
Those more listings in your arm?
Yes, a couple.
Take a look at it.
Thanks.
Oh, Alan, Monica, this is Mr. Andrews, Mr. Jacoby's assistant. Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Well, we've all had
Hi,
better
how are you?
days.
Pleasure.
We just found out that our house has been sold, the one we liked so much.
Oh, no.
What a terrible shame. Sorry.
Oh, dear, what are you going to do?
Keep on looking, I guess.
Right, and here are those new listings. Got them right here.
Let's take a look.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, I found this in the office this morning, and I really like this one. Right there, that's the McElroy Gatehouse, huh?
That's a terrible place.
Oh, that can't be a new listing. I've been trying to get rid of that dump for years. What was it? Was it rats, or was it the ceiling that leaked?
I heard they had ghosts.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, it's all the way over the other side of the hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible part of town. I mean, in the wintertime, you'd need a dog sled to get to the hospital.
Oh, wait a minute, please. I mean, that can't be true. None of it. I mean, it's priced at over $300,000.
Well, there you are. It's overpriced as well.
What else do you have?
Okay, I've got one other, and I think you will really love this. Look at that. This one's got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, gold fixtures in the bathroom, and best of all, situated on a bluff with a magnificent view of the river and the entire city. That's 817 Park Hunt Drive.
Park Hunt Drive. Grab the McElroy dump.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought everybody knew about that. Well, that bluff on Park Hunt has been slipping an inch a month. Who was it, Alan, over at the club? Last month they lost their swimming pool. The month before that, the entire rose garden.
That's right. They're both in the neighbor's backyard right now.
Absolutely. I mean, well, we've been reading about the lawsuit for ages.
Oh, yeah, they're asking millions. That case is going to be in litigation for years.
Anything else?
Well, no, not at the moment, but I will keep looking at the office.
Would you do that, please? And give us a call if you find anything.
Oh, I will. And, look, I'm really sorry about that other...
That's all right. You couldn't do anything about it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thanks anyway.
Oh, listen, you just keep the faith. We'll find you something, and I will show myself out. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I had such a good feeling about that one.
I know. So did I.
Well, the hardest thing in the whole world is finding the right house.
Absolutely. It took us months to find this place. And you remember all the money we had to spend redecorating? Oh, terrible.
Unbelievable. Decorating, the floors redone. I thought it would never end.
Neither will our search.
Hey, now, wait a minute. This is ridiculous. What are we talking about? Why don't you live here with us?
No, we've been too much of an imposition already.
Ha ha, nonsense. We'd be delighted. We've enjoyed having you. How about it, Celia?
Darling?
It's very kind of you to offer, Edward, but I'm afraid the answer is no.
No, you're not afraid of imposing.
It's not that. It's just that I think when a couple gets married, they should have their own place.
Well, now, don't turn us down right away. A little bit of thought. After all, it's not like you're looking at a place for life.
No, that's true, Grant. You know, we may only be here during your residency.
Thank you very much for your generous offer, Edward. That is a point, Celia. Right now, I have to get to the hospital. Can I offer you a lift, Monica? Alan?
Well, no, we have a few stops to make.
Yeah, you go ahead. Thanks.
But I thought you had a day off.
Yes, I do, but I have to pick up some files.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll come along for the ride.
Oh, good idea. We may find some time to investigate some real estate ads. We'll see everyone later.
Okay, yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dad? Dad? Strike one.
This is going to be a lot more difficult than we thought.
She's right. Grant is absolutely determined that they find their own place. Well, you can tell me now, can't you?
Not without clearance.
It's that important.
I can't even tell you that.
Look, what's going on here?
As soon as I get clearance in Washington, I will tell you.
Since when have you been so big on department procedure?
Since I started working on something this big.
You're serious, aren't you?
It's code number time, Robbie. I need some privacy.
Sure. This is about Gerald, isn't it? And the moles.
I think we're going to find out we're in for more than we counted on.
I'll be right here.
I'll whistle when I need you.
Remember how?
Just put your lips together and blow. I saw the movie, too, you know.
I'll be waiting.
As long as you want.
Jake, I don't know. I just thought that once she had a roof over her head and a room of her own, that things would change.
She has changed.
Well, the first day or two, yes, but then something happened.
You really can't expect her to open up all at once.
I just think a lot of it has to do with that high school equivalency test she took.
Just talk to her about it?
I tried.
She's not an easy kid to talk to, I know.
Do you think it's me that if there's a problem with communication, it's my fault?
Oh, why would you say that?
Because everything I say seems to make it worse.
Maybe you're trying too hard.
Or not hard enough.
I doubt that.
Jake, I just feel like there's something I'm not doing.
I know, it's confusing. She's a complex kid from a background we know nothing about. You can't expect her to change overnight.
Give it some time.
I think you're going to have to. It's been a long time since she's been in a family situation. I'm sure she's still trying to figure out how to respond to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know what you're worried about. You're worried that she got scared at the whole idea and now she's taken off.
Well, if she did once, there's always a possibility she'll do it again.
Rose, you're jumping to conclusions.
I know.
You're staring at me for a reason?
Yeah.
You want me to go look for her?
I'd go, but I have to keep the place open.
Has she been gone that long?
Look, she could have left any time during the night.
Rose, she hasn't run away. I know she hasn't. Give it a while.
How big of an idiot does it make me look if I tell you that I don't think I can?
Makes you look human. I'll look around the waterfront. In the meantime, what about Blackie? Have you heard from him?
Yeah, he's at the Webbers. I didn't want him to panic, so I just told him that if he saw her, to have her call me.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
I appreciate you having looking around for me.
No problem. I can expect something in return, though.
Name it.
Large glass of carrot juice.
When you get back.
Deal. I'll see you when I get back. Hopefully, not empty-handed. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm getting a head start on the day.
Talking about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw that. Looks like the Greenwood building is bigger news than I thought.
Lucky we saw it.
Yeah, what's the big idea of buying that without telling me about it?
Hey, ease up, partner. Now, it was a private deal. I bought it from you fair and square.
Fair and square would have been telling me first.
I did tell you, remember? Only you didn't want it. The government boys didn't want it either, so I grabbed a good thing.
That still doesn't explain why you didn't discuss it with Scotty before you bought it.
You heard me, sweetheart. He didn't want it. You didn't want it. You both thought it was going to be a white elephant, so I grabbed it for myself.
Yeah, hiding behind one of your companies.
Now, look. By hiding behind one of my companies, you made more money that way.
How do you figure that?
Because if I would have made the deal with you myself, I would have offered you less.
Yeah, well, I still don't like it.
Well, look, I'm not trying to cheat you, Baldwin.
If you weren't trying to cheat me, why didn't you tell me about it then?
Look, business is business. You see a potentially hot deal, you grab it. You don't worry about hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, but I thought you and Scotty were partners.
We are, but for not the whole deal. I mean, side deals aren't even mentioned in any of the contracts.
Next time, tell me about it, okay? Just kind of a courtesy.
Well, sure, if it's going to make you, or both of you happy.
Yeah.
Just be straight with us, Mr. Brock. That's all Scotty and I demand.
Around me, you request, not demand.
That goes both ways, Mr. Brock.
Sure does. Okay, now tell me, who is this woman that's head of the Historical Preservation Society? I gotta fix up that place, and she's gonna help me.
Audrey Hardy.
Audrey Hardy. You got a number on her?
She works at General Hospital.
Hey, a place I am very familiar with. I won't even have to ask you directions. So, I'm on my way. I'll be back in a while. We got a lot of things to discuss. Oh, and feel free to use the desk while I'm gone.
Sure.
Have a nice day, chums.
Thank you. You too.
You know something, Scotty? I'm beginning to like that guy less and less every day.
Yeah, me too, Heather.
Look, I don't really see how we're going to get him to change his mind.
Well, don't worry about Grant. Celia's the one we have to worry about. We must keep her underfoot.
Well, a plan of action would be nice.
Monica's right. We can't expect to find a fortuitous buyer every time a house comes on the market.
You're right. I could never afford it.
Afford it?
You? You're the one? Who bought the house?
Oh.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, I was fleeced but good.
You mean to tell me you bought that entire house just to keep them from buying it?
Well, you heard how they were drooling over it. Good Lord, it was the perfect house for them.
This is madness.
Oh, no. It's business, and it is essential. It's just like buying insurance.
Oh, I see. And the mortgage payments are your premium, is that it?
Well, Monica, what are you worried about? It's not your money.
Personally, I think it was a very selfless thing for Father to do.
Not that selfless. You're co-signing my loan.
Me?
Well, personally, I think it's a very selfless thing to do.
Wipe the grin off your face, Monica. If they do come up with another house, you're going to have to buy it.
Never.
Monica's right. It may have worked this time, but I can't keep on doing this forever.
Oh, good. You're all here. Now I won't have to have my coffee alone.
Darling, I don't want to be rude, but we are in the middle of discussing a very important business matter, and,
You want me to leave, Edward? Is that what you're saying?
No, on the contrary, my dear. As a matter of fact, your input may be exactly what is needed.
My input? Whatever could I do, dear?
Well, Lila, a heart such as yours has an infinite variety of uses. Perhaps we can chat about one of them right now.
Oh, good. How lovely. Over a cup of coffee.
Yes. Will you excuse it?
Yes, we've got to get to the hospital. You coming along, Monica?
Yes. Good luck, Lila.
Good luck? What on earth did she mean by that?
I think she was afraid I was going to try to convince you to do something that you wouldn't want to do.
Oh, Edward, don't be so silly. We both know you could never do that.
Yes, which is precisely why I always level with you, my dear. Now, this concerns Grant and Celia, and they're needing a new home.
Oh?
Oh, look at this guy. Vintage geek teacher of life. Bald as an eagle, glasses, everything. I say, hey, Jack, I'm not turning reporting yet. It's not due for another week, right? And he... Oh, hi, kid.
Hey, Jack. Look, Rose is loud. Very worried about you. You better give her a call.
Oh, is that it now? Shuffle me off?
Huh?
You heard me. You parked me over at Rose's so you don't have to worry about me anymore. Is that it?
Where's that coming from? What are you talking about?
Obvious, man. You get rid of me so you can be around your co-eds. Well, she is real pretty, Blackie. How many pounds of makeup is that, honey? It looks like Rembrandt himself painted your face.
Get over here.
You let go of me.
What's going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on. The minute I'm not around, you're all over some broad-beam co-ed. Well, go back to her, Blackie. She's all yours.
She's in one of my classes, big
Oh, well, how convenient that you could go to the local malt shop and sip sodas in the corner between classes. According to her hips, it looks like she's had a few. No, you listen to me. You're free, Blackie. I'll stay out of your way. I will not drag you down.
Where's this coming from?
You can't do this to me. People have done this to me before. They take me in, they get tired of me, and then they throw me away like an old dish rag. Hell, it probably happened with Rose. Hell, it probably already has happened.
Hey, come... I'll give you the notes later, okay? I'm sorry. No. Hey.
Well, Mr. Parrish. Just the man I'm looking for. Now, about that report, no, we have to have a discussion about the responsibilities in this university.
Everything is either too large or too small.
Colonial sounded nice.
Fixer-upper, that's almost as discouraging as starter house.
Yeah.
Hello, Lila. It sounds as though you children are having some problems.
Only one. The same one we've been having for a month now.
Yes, Edward told me you just lost the house. Well, if any comfort to you, the same thing happened to me. I know just how you feel.
Well, now, if you just had a solution.
Well, perhaps I do. That is, if the advice of an elderly woman can be of any interest to you.
Of course it is. We'd value any suggestion you made.
Good. Well, first of all, there is nothing to panic about. You're both very young, and there's plenty of time for you to find a house. You know, rushing into this kind of thing doesn't do any good at all.
Yeah, but the invitations have already gone out, and the wedding's right around the corner. It's not rushing.
Well, so tell me, why is it so important to find a house by then?
It's what we decided.
Oh, nothing written in blood, I hope.
No, of course not.
Well, then, may I suggest once again that you move into the East Wing on a more permanent basis? You've seen it, and you know it's virtually a house by itself. There's even a kitchen that can be, you know, brought up to date. And if it's privacy you want, don't worry about it. You'll have all the privacy you need.
Such an imposition, though.
Oh, Franz, you're always saying that. And don't be silly. I mean, you're both family. We've loved having you here.
Well, darling, it's your decision.
No, it's both our decisions. I suppose it does make sense. I am only planning on staying a general a year or two.
Well, you think it over. And Grant, dear boy, I do hope you decide to stay more than 2 years. It would be such fun to have all your children running about here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a lovely house.
Yes, it is, yes, but that's not what I meant. I was referring to what Lila just said. It would be nice to see our children running around here, wouldn't it?
All right, I'm through.
What happened to the whiskey?
My mouth went dry.
Bad news?
No, it's as I thought at first. Interesting news.
Well, so you're going to punch it up or give it to me orally?
Well, it's confirmed. The moles in the 3 other cities, Topeka, L.A., and Boston, have all been removed.
Which means Port Charles is the target city.
You got it. Now, originally, the WSB thought it was something that connected the 4 cities. But with the moles being removed in the other 3, they were just decoys.
Yeah, until the mole had infiltrated and they found was still intact.
Sure looks that way.
Interesting.
Your move, Commissioner.
We go and talk to Gerald. The question is, how much do we tell him?
Everything. I see no reason to keep anything from him. I mean, the man is the object of one of the biggest enemy agent operations we have ever worked on.
All hinging on one enemy mole.
Yeah. Question now is, who the hell is it?